Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 with the New Nations mod as the Tukulur Empire. In the last episode we ended our war that we were in to take this land here. Unfortunately we didn't take the other land that we had added as a war goal, which I believe was all of this country here, Futaturo. I think we got kind of lucky-ish to get out with something, even though the UK intervened. They still have their troops in here. We probably had a slight chance of maybe getting all of the land we'd added as a war goal if we had sieged the entire country of Trarza, but it may or may not have happened, and there's no point worrying about it now anyway, so our next target will be to actually take Futaturo, because we need this province and also the province of Linguere, of course, for forming the Mali Empire. But we have a truce with them right now, so it'll have to wait for a while at least. So we can head up to speed 4 and wait for that truce to expire. In the meantime, we could probably do some other kind of conquest. We are quite lucky that we didn't get... anarcho-liberals have been invented, okay. That we didn't get too punished in terms of infamy for adding an additional war goal, since we have the expert diplomat first minister in charge of our country right now, which is giving us a reduction to infamy. And because of that, we might want to fabricate an additional war goal against somebody, or justify a war. I think we still have a truce with Sokoto until 1854. Additionally, we have a truce with Ouattara down here. We do not have a truce with Mossi, though since they're a single province or a single region country, we would have to justify a conquest war, which would potentially cost us 22 infamy, which is perhaps a little too risky. Our other target, Linguere, that we need for the Empire is a little bit out of our reach. We can justify a war against them once our truce is over, which will be much sooner because we pieced them out earlier. However, we can't use the Sahel Jihad CB to take Linguere. We can only do that if we border the relevant region, which we actually don't quite. Our border is here, and this is the region that we need. So we'll be able to do it after we take this land, but not before. Also, worth noting that they are in... not in France's sphere, but they are friendly with France. So we need to keep an eye on that as well. We'll have to pick a time when France is involved in some other war, probably, to try and attack them. And for that reason, I should also set France and the UK as interesting, so we get notifications when they are doing things. We'll probably do that for a few other countries in this area as well. Why not do Austria and Prussia also, since we just want to keep track of what's going on in the world. I did do Spain, didn't I? Yes, okay. That will probably do for the moment. Actually, the Ottomans are probably relevant to our interests as well. Okay. Schleswig-Holstein has been annexed. And Austria is pieced out of some other war too. Yep, anarcho-liberals have been invented, so not sure if we get an anarcho-liberal party. We apparently do, the radical faction. Won't be switching to them anytime soon. We're up to 40% civilization progress, since we got improved transportation. Okay, Prussia is piecing out of whatever else they're doing up there. Aristocrats angered. The reforms sweeping through our country have upset the landed elites in one of our cities. Okay, that's fine. We can probably build some more army units. What is the composition of this? We have too many cavalry. Okay. We'll just build 4 irregulars then, I suppose. Metric nonsense. Okay, Ashanti wants their alliance back. I think we'll accept that. The Englishman maintains a stiff upper lip, has a strong sense of fair play, and is an advocate of liberty. Inventive, graceful, and witty, he cuts a striking figure amongst the nationalities. Okay. New upper house and more cholera. Which we don't like, but not much we can do about it. You're making a little more money now. I'm going to try to bump up education spending a little bit to 40% maybe. Oyo wants an alliance with us. I think I'll decline that. We would like to get Mossi and Ouattara as our allies if we're not going to conquer them, since that's the other way we can form the Mali Empire. We can either conquer them or ally them. But that's not necessary to do immediately. We have some time before we'll be able to take the rest of the land anyway. So this truce ends 1856. Okay. I do feel like we should do some kind of conquest in the meantime. Unfortunately, we have truces with everyone. So our truce with Wolof is now expired. We can indeed do Sahel Jihad. But I think we can only take this, which is not exactly what we need. Though we could justify the war against, or the war for this state and add an additional war goal for the other one, which might be worth doing. If France gets into some other big war, we might take the opportunity to do that. They have completely annexed Algeria. And USA and Mexico are at war. Celebration in Segu. Great celebration has been held in Segu in honor of Tukulur Empire's rulers, as well as its centuries of honorable traditions. Massive crowds appeared to cheer on our soldiers, and the spectacle has even drawn the attention of foreigners. Shall we dedicate the celebration to Tukulur Empire's greatness, or shall we instead use it as an excuse to appease the masses? We are pretty high on militancy, so I think using it for that is probably a good idea. Okay. We are sort of making money a little bit. Yeah, I think we're doing actually okay. Maybe we should increase tariffs a little bit, actually. It's not going to be hurting our industry since we don't have any. Put them up to 10% maybe. Don't want to go any higher than that. Austria accepted the offer of peace from someone not mentioned, apparently. Okay. This is the Brothers' War that is still going on, I think. Austria apparently winning it. Our first minister has been murdered, okay. We lose our expert diplomat. And we get national confusion for another year, giving us less research points, prestige, and more militancy and consciousness. Well, that's unfortunate. Ah, peace between Prussia and Austria. Okay. So France is at war right now with Madagascar. Probably not going to be occupying their full attention if I had to guess. So we have a new First Minister who's a marvelous statesman. We get ruling party support plus 50%. Not great. The extra prestige, I suppose, is the best part of that. Apparently animal fat is the perfect substance for greasing bullet cartridges. Good to know. Galicia Lotomeria. So apparently, yeah, it seems that France is exempted from this crisis because of their current war. Legation Quarter. Several of the great powers have in the past few years sought to establish formalized and permanent embassies in Tutelar Empire, but up until now we've turned down their proposals. However, an idea has been floating around the capital that we should perhaps allow them to set up these embassies after all, provided that they are all kept in one place where we can exact some amount of control over them. Perhaps a legation quarter in Segu. Well, yeah, I think that's fine. Extra research points. So unfortunately this isn't going to end up with France getting into a big war that we can opportunistically use to attack their friend down here. Okay, so apparently they took some land from Madagascar and added the rest to their sphere. Does that mean they now have to join the crisis? I don't think so. So we have Austria, Belgium and Russia against Prussia and the UK. That could be a close one. Could go to war. Futaturo, okay, they accepted white peace again, I guess. Futaturo not in anybody's sphere, not above neutral with anybody, which is important to note. A little bit of influence from France, but not really in any danger. Oh, I guess that white peace message was from the crisis, I see. Alright. So, Galicia, whatever it was, I'm assuming this is Spanish Galicia? No? There's another Galicia somewhere over here, I think. So I guess it was the other one. So I think we'll probably attack Sokoto when our truce with them expires. The Aragon Treaty, okay. Which is going to be in another year or so. They still haven't apparently rebuilt their army after we destroyed it in the previous war. In fact, they have a brigade stationed out here in uncolonized lands, just doing nothing, for some reason. Louis Napoleon's coup d'etat. Okay. Something going on in France, apparently. Russia is their major ally. I'm not sure what France's navy is like, whether they will be efficient at transporting troops down here if they do intervene in a war. Seems like it's fairly decent. Well, we know they could successfully attack Madagascar at least. Oh, apparently Ethiopia exists now. Good for them. And our income seems to have been going up, which is very nice. Let's crank up education spending. We should put military spending actually back up as well, because I lowered that at some point too. Okay, so things seem to be going okay in that department. Not sure if the UK has been transporting troops away or just disbanding them, but the army here seems to be getting smaller. Liberia, our best friend. Ethiopia at war with one of their neighbors, probably, to gain more territory. Up here, I guess, okay. Ooh, a Crimean War. Russian Empire is fighting against France, who were just recently their allies. Interesting, okay. In that case, we might want to switch our attention to Wolof. And hope that France is too distracted to intervene. Okay, well, let's go for it. We'll proceed and get our troops all the way back over here. Okay, cost us 8.5 infamy, not too bad. I still don't really need an alliance with them. Okay, Gabu has been sphered by the UK at this point. They won't be able to join a war though, even though they're allied to Wolof, because we have a truce with them. I think. Okay, we have our CB. Yeah, we can get Wolof Gambia. Which is not the one we need, but we can add an additional war goal. Seems that they have no army, so no real reason to increase our stockpile spending or anything. Okay, let's see if we can add... I guess we can only add acquire state, and only for the same province we already have a CB for. Our first minister has been murdered again. Well, that's very unfortunate. So it may or may not have been worth the 8 infamy for this single province, but we didn't really have anything else to do with it. We can still probably take a state from Sokoto if we want to. Okay, absolutely no way we can take the rest of the land, unfortunately. International crisis in Mongolia. So I guess we may as well just end it for that territory. Alright, so this at least means in the next war we'll be able to take that even if we don't get Futaturo first. Alright, well, that is going to do it for this episode, so thanks for watching, and join me again next time.